Hello there. Welcome to Hungary for round 13 of the 2002 FIA Formula One World Championship. The weather, as so often is the case here, is just wonderful.
And just before the lights go green, Slawomir has already jumped the start. It's lights out and away we go here at Hungary. The pole sitter has already gotten off to a great start, and there's a crash in the background between Josh Kassar and one of the BARs. And Zomba Reef leads into turn 1. Slawomir and Adam Rzinko collide into turn 1, and Adam once again has been spun round. Here's a replay at the start, and that was a very odd crash. I have to feel bad for Josh Kassar and Yuri. The two Renaults and Toyota battling at the end of the first lap. Moises and Ben Velding are having a battle, and he's been spun round, and his teammate is giving him a little bump there. Moises has been given a 3-place grid penalty for the next Grand Prix. Ben Velding and Adam Rzinko having a little ding-dong coming round the final chicane here on the end of the second lap, and he's been hit. And that is Ben Velding out of the race. I think he's going to carry on. He is just without a rear or front wing now. Mark Whitman and Henry Langdon having a great battle here on the end of the third lap. And Henry just manages to squeeze his way past. Mark is still trying to put a nose into the final corner, but Henry's just going to squeeze him out. That's a great overtake. Zomba Reef, Dominic Kronsky and Aaron Smith all in a extremely close battle for the lead. Zomba Reef squeezing Dominic Kronsky right up to the wall here, and they go into turn 1 side by side. Dominic Kronsky just trying to edge any space he can, but Zomba Reef has that inside line for the second corner, but Dominic Kronsky has incredible grip and has taken the lead. What a superb overtake round the outside. Zomba Reef is still trying to find a gap. And Aaron Smith wants a piece of the pie. He's trying to find any way through, but Zomba Reef is also doing exactly the same as what he did to Dominic Kronsky, trying to squeeze him up against the wall. But Aaron goes around the outside of turn 1. He gets pushed onto the grass. As we come into the end of the first sector, and he's been spun by Aaron Smith. Zomba Reef has been touched, and that is a 5-second penalty for the Sauber driver. Dominic Kronsky, the first one in this race to come into the pit lane, followed by Aaron Smith a lap later, and Zomba Reef follows Aaron Smith. Aaron on the back of Barna below, trying to make his way back through the field, and he bumps him. Just a little bit of a tap. Barna was going incredibly slowly on the exit of that chicane. Mark Whitman defending from Dominic Kronsky, but Dominic just has so much more speed than the Williams at the moment. Even Aaron Smith is now trying to find a way through. He sends it into the second corner, just edging out the BMW, going around the outside. They're still side by side, but I think Mark is probably going to back out into this next corner. Yes, he does. Good overtake. Ben Moran coming into the pit lane. I think he's on a 2-stop in this Grand Prix. Mark Whitman and Zomba Reef having a battle. Mark Whitman is just falling back further and further at the moment. I don't think his strategy is paying off. And Zomba Reef just barges his way through. And then Mark Whitman just lets Ben Moran through. I think he realises his strategy isn't paying off. Tim Schmidt coming in for his, I think, only stop of the race. Mark Whitman now back up to racing speed, trying to battle the two Ferraris. He's going to go around the outside of turn 1, fighting Barna below, who usually isn't very defensive in this league, it has to be said. Adam Rzinko trying to defend from Mark, but goes incredibly deep into the chicane and cuts the entire corner. And surely he's going to have to give that place to Mark. And yes, he just lifts off the throttle and lets him through. Dominic Kronsky and Aaron Smith trying to fight for 4th position These two have been very friendly with each other all season, but for the first time they're going to go side by side, and I think Dom is just going to let him through. He understands he's the quicker driver at the moment. Henry Langdon just going a little bit defensive on Aaron, but he finds a gap a way through, and is Dominic going to try and copy Aaron Smith? He's hit the back of Henry! He's hit the back of the Jordan, and that is massive for the championship. Aaron Smith coming in for his second pit stop, followed by Zomba Reef. Ben Moran leads the Grand Prix. A very surprising position change. And the Renault of Nathan Artif just hits the anti-cut and goes straight into the wall and loses his right front tyre. Barna below and Mark Whitman battling once again as Mark is just trying to squeeze his way through. They go side by side into the chicane and Mark just gives him a little bit of squeeze and gets tapped round. I do have to say that was probably Mark's fault, trying to go for a very optimistic move. Here is Ben Moran lapping the pair of them. Aaron Smith and Tim Schmidt. This is the battle for second place on the final lap of the Grand Prix. The gap is literally less than a tenth as they come across the line, going side by side into turn one. Tim Schmidt cuts across him and Aaron Smith has hit the back of Tim. Aaron, that's his second collision. As we see Dominic go over the curb and spin round. Aaron Smith has been given another penalty for that collision. As we see his teammate Ben Moran take a surprise win here in Hungary. Aaron Smith comes across the line on track in second place. Zomba Reef in third. Tim Schmidt in fourth. Adam Rosinko a long way back, almost a minute behind, in fifth. And Dominic Konski just a second back from him in sixth. The final points paying position. This race has had massive implications for the championship. What a crazy race. After the penalties have been applied then, Ben Moran has come home to take 4 points for Sauber. Zomba Reef in second and Tim Schmidt in third. Drivers' Championship. The two championship rivals are just separated by 1 point now, and Ben Moran has gained a little bit of ground on them. Constructors standings, Arrows Cosworth still lead McLaren Mercedes by 10 points, and Sauber have gained a good few points on Ferrari. Thank you for watching here at Hungary. Once again, an absolutely amazing race. This season is shaping up to be one to remember.